You got challenges that you're going to run across.
So I can't be done. I have to figure something out. And my mama looked at me at that point and she said, well, as she eating her pancake, she said, well, he didn't bring you this far to leave you like this.
No, that's right.
What are you trying to, what is he trying to tell you? And I'm like, I don't know, woman.
Right.
If he wants me to learn something, he better put it out there. He needs to write me a note.
Hey, you want me to rob a bank?
In a bottle.
He wants me to rob a bank to pay a bank.
What is it he want me to know? And honestly, the lesson that I learned and I still know to this day is I am the front. I am the one. I am the lead of this business. There's no one else who's going to come and lead this business unless I sell it to them. Right. And at that, I got myself together. I put a plan, and I went to that bank and I said, look, this is what we're going to do. And I said, if you don't have your money by this time next year, and I think it was like May next year, or if I don't have the proof of contracts by May of next year to show that you're going to get your money back, then go ahead. Foreclose on me. Just go ahead and take it, because I have done what I could do.
So but you Donald Trump them.
That's what
Donald Trump does.
Well, don't ever put that on me. But so yeah, and that's what I did. And I went out and I got the business. And we didn't pay them off by May, but I showed them how the money was going to be paid off, because I had won contracts as a prime. And from that time, from 2013, most of our contracts, 97% of our work is and has been as a prime contractor ever since, because I was like, I'm never going to put my life and my livelihood in somebody else's hands again. If I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail. I'm not going to fail because you are saying poof, goodbye. I'm not going to fail because someone else is like, oh yeah, we've got this kind of money, and then we don't. I'm not going to fail because some other contractor is like, oh yeah, the government took out your part of the work, so we're going to keep all of it. If I'm going to fail, it's going to be LaWanna that fails, so that I can deal with it versus my life in somebody else's hands. And we've not subcontracted pretty much since then. 97% of our work is as a prime contractor to the federal government.
So would you say that the message from God was work harder? Because up to that point, were you working as much as you started working after you went to that bank and told them that a year from now we'll be good? When you left out of there and start working, were you doing that up to that point at that same intensity that you're doing it at that, once you went into the bank?
So remember, I had someone else doing that, right? I had someone else being the pipeline person. Someone else.
That's kind of what jammed you up. Okay.
Right. Someone else going out and doing the business development, that fake pipeline. I had someone else being that lead. And now since that moment, I am that girl.
Okay. I got some questions I want to ask you on entrepreneurship right quick. I actually put them in my phone. We talked about how you started the business. So what do you think makes an entrepreneur successful?
Oh, we talked about that. Grit and grind.
Okay.
Like you just have to, you're going to get 17 no's. I did.
For one, yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I did the inaugural entrepreneurship day with Damon John. I was interviewed by him. And I was, we talked about that. Him and Intuit, at that point, it was he was a vice president with Intuit. Now he's moved. But we talked a lot about that, because that's when you're not really an entrepreneur and you're just doing this because you think you can get paid quickly. He's like, I don't even remember the number, some insane number. He's like, I had 20 banks tell me no before one told me yes. And that was the only one I needed. End of story.
Right. All right. So what motivates you?
That's interesting, because my motivation is more of what I want to accomplish for myself. I know that sounds crazy, but it's like I want to achieve this this thing. I want to be in this room. I want to do that thing. And so that's my motivation, is whatever my goal is. It's not always financial. I mean, like, more now it's financial, because I do want to put myself in a position to sell this company in a few years. And so that's my motivation right now. Like, all right, I got to build this. I have to have this level of EBITDA. I got to do so and so to get a multiple, right? That's going to get me to that next level to sell. So that's my current motivation. But it's I want to get into that client.
So when you sell the company, what are you going to do? Just travel the world and speak, and what are you going to do?
I will definitely speak more. I travel a lot already. You can't do, you got to do some of the things you love while you have some time to do it while you're young. I will definitely speak more. I've already started my nonprofit to
Where's your book? Where's your book?
I'm sorry?
Where's your book?
Oh, the book, I'm hoping that I'll publish it later this year, honestly. I've been writing. I have a ghostwriter who is helping me, but she tough, man. She like
that's what you need, the ghostwriter. They can,
she I mean,
she's gonna dig and get some stuff out of you. She got the dig.
She be beating the sister like, what have you written today?
Right.
I'm like, dang, you worse than my mama and my grandmama. But yeah,
she's gonna make you say some things that your family is not gonna want to hear.
Oh, absolutely. I'm over them. No, but I am. I mean, and I told my mom and my grandmama, and y'all hear the constant thread. My mama, my grandmama, and my granddaddy. On my dad's side. But he is deceased. My mom is still alive. My grandmother is 99 and still doing her thing. Wow. 99, and was dancing at a party that I had the other day. So, but I told them that my story is my story. And it's not, anything that I say is not intended to hurt anyone. It is not intended, even for the company that I left, right? For his wife and kids that are surviving. Anything that I say about him is not, I'm not going to say anything disparaging, but it's still my story. Right. And you can't take that away from me. Your story is your story. Right. And as long as you're not telling it in a way that you want to hurt someone or you're trying to be nasty, it's still your story. And unfortunately, it is what it is. And I would hope that other stories are written even about me and how I've helped, or maybe if I've hurt somebody, but it's not from a bad place. It's still from, this is my story, and my story is going to help someone else succeed.
Cool. How do you define success? Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the all button and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to have a lot of good interviews on this podcast.